Perhaps the greatest wonder of the Beatles and the greatest delight was that they actually came from Liverpool. That was the key to this thing.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields. Nothing is real.
It was for Scousers exploring inner space and finding just more and more Scousness down there. So that when you've got a song like A Little Help from My Friends, in which there are wonderful, tender moments, do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. Can it be anybody? I just need someone to love. You've also got sort of rather a nudgy thing, like, what do you see when you turn out the lights there, eh? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine, Squire. That's just quite a, a sort of rude joke in the middle of all this stuff that people are getting across the world as signals.
We started to realise that there weren't as many frontiers as we'd thought there were, and that we could break barriers in things like album covers and stuff, I mean, we would never have considered doing something like that a few years earlier.
My main contribution, I think, was to decide that if we made the crowd in a certain way, it could be anybody. So I think that was that was the thing I would claim that really changed the direction of it, that by making it was never an actual collage stuck down, it was a built collage, it was life-size. Things happened like there was a young boy who was helping who said, "Oh, could I do a guitar in hyacinths?" And it was such a nice sort of gentle, sweet idea that we said, yes, certainly. So this sort of white shape at the front is actually a guitar. One of the myths that rose was that you can read that as P-A-U-L ? When the stories of Paul's death were rife, this was a sign that Paul had indeed died. But of course it was never intended to be P-A-U-L ? It's simply a guitar. Another myth which has grown up is that these plants around the edge were marijuana plants, and I think it's been kind of established now that they're not.
There was a bit of a dispute about this cover, everyone was kind of, oh, we can't do that, because that's the thing, if you're being free, there's obviously a lot of people say, oh, naughty, watch it.
They'd been refused permission by the EMI music department to issue this cover because there were massive, important people on it. And they came to me and said, I said, well, it's very risky to me, it's very dangerous to publish this in America.
He was great, Sir Joe, actually. He was very good during that time. Because I think it must have come as a real shock to him, all this stuff.
And Paul McCartney said, there's no risk whatsoever. Everybody on here will be delighted. I said, well, that's what you think, and I hope you're right. Oh, no problem, no problem.
Anyway, he came round to my house. He said, I'm afraid, old chap, we can't have Gandhi. I said, what do you mean? Gandhi? He's all right. What's wrong with him? Well, I'd offend the Indians.
They were very important. We shouldn't upset India. And in his particular case, I refused to have anything to do with it. And immediately, Paul McCartney this time, I think, was on his own. He immediately agreed. And so I said, right, well, that's out. Now, as far as the rest are concerned, I think we've got to make an effort to get permission from everybody.
Mae West wrote back and said, what would I be doing in the Lonely Hearts Club? No, I won't be on it. So then I think it was suggested that the Beatles all wrote her a personal letter and said, we'd very much like you to be on it. Then she said, yes, she would.
Nothing happened from that day to this. As far as I know, not a single complaint came from anybody. Nobody asked to be left off the record.
They've got all these rules for everything. Rules of how to live, how to paint, how to make music. And it's just not true anymore, They don't work, all those rules. There could be another answer,